Another amazing post-flight. Today, I have a very special guest that I'm very excited to introduce many of you to, because there's a decent chance you've never seen him before, or if you have, it's probably over on the gaming channel, but you need to check out one or both of his channels. He's got Toonie Town. Let me get it out. Toonie Town Wrestling, which is all about wrestling. He has some very strong opinions. He's also got a wonderful guest on that one. And then Toonie Town TV, which is another amazing thing that, believe it or not, he just barely started. So he's doing really, really well. And he got some great material out there. So I'm pretty excited to share him with each and every one of you. I get to see him all the time because we're working very hard on that game place. And he's got some great opinions there too. But without further ado, let me introduce you to Marvin the Movie Monster of Toonie Town TV and Toonie Town Wrestling. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Am I on?
Yeah, you are on. You are on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't look like I am, but
you are. We see you.
okay, cool. Hi.
Yeah, I see you. I don't know about anybody else.
There we go. Now I'm on. Now it's I'm on stage.
You're watching it on YouTube. That's probably why. So
yeah.
No, I'm glad you're here. I'm
glad to be here, man.
I think everybody's kind of excited to see you. We got some folks filtering into the chat. We got our audience growing by leaps and bounds, and we've got some great people here to say hi. So we'll say hi to a few people. I'll let you introduce yourself, and then we will jump right into the amazing content that I rely on you to provide. We've got Snort a Poopus Cuber out there, our favorite polar bear. Of course, Low Spec Linux Laptop is joining us. Tom F has hail. Dave G Sound is hanging out with us. We've got Slender Dad. And hey, Slender, if you guys have your podcast up, let me know so I can relink to that when we're done. The Gaming Dude's in the house. Great to see you, my friend. And Lil Mouse. Hello, Lil Mouse. Juliet is here. Good afternoon, dear. I hope you're doing well. We've got Liberty Hall's Cat. Hello. And TGIF, indeed. Emily Kruger is here. Good day and happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. And Theliato is here as well. Let's see who else is popping. Oh, Rob Altus. What's up, Rob? Hope you're doing well, buddy. And Awesome One is like, dude. That's right. Cyrano 2960 is joining us. Greetings, Marvin and Culture. Thank you for that.
Greetings, Cyrano.
Hey, look at that. Liberty Halls is like, hey, Marvin. Yep, Marvin is here.
Hey, Liberty.
JB's Spooky Reviews is here. JB's is awesome.
Oh, very cool.
And our good friend Cyrano just became a member again. Thank you very much. Probably, let's see. Yep, we're Ward's Club member. Thank you for that, Cyrano. Paul Corcoran, good to see you. Hi, Homeless Casino. Thank you. Oh, you guys have a great sense of humor. All right, well, that's some of the people who got us all set up. And wow, we got stuff to do. So
you and I always have stuff to do. We're always on to something, right?
That's right. Yeah, and there's LDG out there. We got Donut Lord in the house, rolled in. You made it. Culture on the member only chat. Now we can get intimate. Oh, that's worse. No. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow's the members only stream, which will be a lot of fun.
The intimate one.
Yeah. There you go. And hey, there's Razorburn, my favorite rivet head. All right. So let's jump in. Marvin, you've been doing this for how long? I think the audience deserves to know a little bit about you because you surprised me. You came out of nowhere.
Yeah, so I started back in December of last year, so December 2023. So I've only been at it for about 7 months so far. We started with Toonie Town Wrestling. So at first, I had launched a movie channel. That was a while back, and I kind of had no direction. I didn't really know what I was doing with it. So, I kind of like scrubbed it, and I was like, I'm gonna start more focused. And so I started with the wrestling channel, and our first video was a parody song about AEW, about AEW president Tony Khan, who has been known to, is rumored to maybe enjoy some of the more magical snow elements. And I'm not talking the snow that made Frosty the Snowman, but we wrote a song called Tony the Snowman.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah, and then right after that, we released a song called Only in My Mind. It is a Chris Jericho parody song
Sweet.
So to his theme song Judas. So with such lines as "I become Hulk Hogan with a body like Seth Rogen," and just kind of. And then we launched
Right.
the Headlock headlines over there on Tooneytown Wrestling, and
Right.
that is our scripted weekly show where we have Toonie Khan, our puppet version of Tony Khan, Trip,
Wow.
our puppet version of Triple H from the WWE, and
Sweet.
Dave Schmeltzer, our sock puppet version of Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer. And that's a weekly ish. I mean, usually it's like every other week. It's kind of a scripted like 20-minute show, comedy show about whatever's going on in wrestling. So yeah, it's kind of, I wanted to make like the Muppet Show of wrestling, and that was kind of the elevator pitch for that. And yeah, people seem to like it.
Well, I like what you're doing. Plus, I also get to hang out with you like all the time now, which
Oh
is
yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Yep.
if you don't know, folks, and you're just rolling in here, Marvin the Movie Monster and I have this really fun gaming channel, and it's called That Game Place, and it's got lots of fun stuff. We drop videos left and right. He and I actually recorded a video that we're probably going to have to re-record because we got new updated information
Oh really?
about a game. Yeah.
That's news to me.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get a chance to talk about it because technical issues backstage. But I just want to say you do need to check him out. He's a lot of fun, and of course, he grows on you like orange hair.
And then we launched Tooneytown TV about 2 months ago.
Yeah, which is
That was
amazing.
our movies and TV channel. What we've had a great response. Over 21 pushing 2,200
Yeah.
subscribers over on Tooneytown TV, and we're on the road to 5,000 over at Tooneytown Wrestling. So
Wow.
very
See,
very happy.
he's gonna
Live
catch
streams, whole lot of
he's
stuff.
he's gonna catch up with me, and he's gonna pass me, and I think that's his plan. His
I don't
sinister
think so.
plan.
I don't know. Maybe it's part of my evil. I have many evil plans. That might be one of them.
All right. Yeah. Culture's beard is basically a puppet. Yeah. Oh, did you guys see? When I was in Skagway, I picked up a Bigfoot T-shirt.
Ah,
Yeah.
I think I know that guy.
Yeah, it looks like me.
Yeah.
I was really surprised. They had these all over Skagway. I'm like, hey, I like me. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah. I got Nobody Wants to Die the other day, and it was fantastic cyberpunk detective game for only $25. I'll have to check that out.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
But
So-
cyberpunk detective game sounds like right up my alley. So.
Sounds amazing. And you can easily talk me into the game, folks. But I actually have a question for everybody that I'm going to ask on That Game Place next Wednesday. It's whether or not the people want me to play the new College Football 25, because that was one of my favorite games back before the dark times when they couldn't do it. I love that game. We'll see if people want me to play it. But anyway, Twisted Reality says the truth, which is I have a lot of puppet friends. I do.
You do. You
Yeah.
do. Sorry, I have to drop out of camera every once in a while.
Oh no, you're absolutely fine.
Weirdly enough, whenever I live stream, my shoulder really starts to hurt. I don't know why.
I wonder why. It's really strange. Cyrano 2060 says Tony TV is choice. Warped like most of us. Yeah,
Does that
that's
mean
you.
good?
Yeah,
Yeah. I just learned what based means, so I guess now I'm learning what choice means.
Yes. Choice. A1. Choice. Yeah. That's right. Tune takeover. That's our plan. All right. Well, we've said hi enough, and now you know Marvin. So now we're going to get to know Marvin because we're going to ask him the 3 questions. Here we go. All right, Marvin. Now we get to the 3 questions, and as you can see, the chat has moved. They're going to probably throw down on these. They always do. Give us their thoughts and suggestions as well, and that's a good thing.
Mid-South Wrestling. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love Mid-South. I'm actually, I never, just if I may, I never watched Mid-South Wrestling. It was a little bit before my time, but now I'm watching it, and I'm going back and I'm watching everything from like '83 on, and it's all new to me, and it's like new, Hacksaw Dugan, and new Ted DiBiase and Junkyard Dog, and I'm loving it.
Yeah,
Loving
going
it.
back,
Some of the best stuff ever.
going back in time and finding those classics, those great things, it's always phenomenal. And
I love discovering new shows, old shows, old movies, and old wrestling that I've never seen. And it's like that old saying: if I haven't seen it, it's new to me.
That's
So
right. That's right. But it's amazing how many of these great stars came out of these, regional promotions. It was kind of like the farm system, so it was very cool. But real quick, I want to get to these, so let's go. You ready, Marvin?
Sure, yeah, born ready.
All right. What is your favorite TV show of all time? What was the one that that kind of?
Do I have to give you one, or can I give you like a top couple? Because there's a
If
few
if you can keep it under 3, I would appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna cheat on the first one because the first one is Buffy and Angel. I count them as one show because they're in one universe.
Okay.
I love them. I loved Smallville, and I loved it when it was good, and I loved it when it was bad, because when it was bad, it was hysterical. Buffy and Angel I love just because it was just such a good show with such great characters, and they all evolved in such a great way. I also really loved I think the last one I'm going to go with is Babylon 5. One of my favorite sci-fi shows of all time. I think it was so ahead of its time as far as writing goes. I think there are certain times where J. Michael Straczynski is a genius, and I think there are certain times where he's maybe not so great, like Superman Earth 1. But yeah, those are probably my 3. My favorite current show though is Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. And yes, you cheated a lot. Not even a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine.
I didn't even mention Hercules and Xena. Oops, I cheated again.
Oh boy, that's more cheating. Way more cheating. But no, you know what? I wouldn't expect anything else from a movie monster. So there you are. You're orange, right?
I'm aware that I'm orange. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Orange lives do matter. So.
Okay. Right. I'm with you there. Junkyard Dog. There you go. Liberty Halls.
I gotta love who that gonna beat that dog? I love the Junkyard Dog.
Yuck. Yeah. Oh, Tom F says he. Remember when ECW started? Well, there's that.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, that was yeah. I love. You can watch all that old ECW stuff now on Peacock, and it's great. ECW again, another thing that was ahead of its time, and Paulie was a genius.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like Bilbo Swaggin here is correct. The history of wrestling is amazing, especially all the promotions and how everybody kind of worked through the system and all that.
And when you look at how it started in carnivals, like as a sideshow attraction, where they worked out this system to simulate combat for people so that they could do it multiple times in a day, and not actually hurt each other, and how it evolved into the territory system, and then Vince comes along and smashes the whole thing. It's fascinating stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, Vince just took his dad thing and ran with it, but yeah. Awesome one says Otherworld. Well, there you go. Aunt Jemima thinks King of Queens. I think that's kind of a fun show.
I do love King of Queens. The episode where Patton Oswalt wants to go to Comic-Con with Lou Ferrigno, but then he ditches him for Adam West is like one of my favorite all-time comedy episodes of all time.
Well, I think Leia Remini was just a jewel in that show, but hey,
she was great.
Yeah,
she was definitely great.
Yeah, I thought she was wonderful. So, Twisted Reality is on board with your Buffy and Angel jam. Small Time Republic. Now, I know this is not true because I know you, the Acolyte.
You've probably seen some of my Acolyte reviews, which I could proudly probably say some of the most scathing on the internet on my Acolyte reviews.
Yeah.
I really, really take it to them because I think they're putrid.
Well, Cyrano says Smallville when Green Arrow fantasized being Aquaman.
So what he means by that is the actor Justin Hartley, who played Green Arrow on Smallville, ended up playing Aquaman in the pilot episode for an Aquaman series.
Oh wow, did not know that. Well done. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Penny. Good to see you, Penny. Let's see what else is happening. And Penny said hi to you too, Marvin. Not to be left out.
Oh, hello, Penny.
Yeah. Argentum is here. Good to see you, dear. One of my favorite shows is MASH. I have all of the seasons on DVD, and I think I have them on other means as well. So yeah,
I've never seen a single episode of MASH.
Yeah, Yeah, Buck Rogers was an excellent television program. Love that.
In the 24th and a half century, or was
That's
that
right.
that was Duck Dodgers? Sorry.
No, well, yes, but Buck Rogers was great. Aaron Gray is still a superstar to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, her poster is hello. Yeah. Donut Lord is into The Office and Parks and Rec, so there you go.
Those are my favorite shows to just kind of like put on like in the background
and do stuff.
Yeah, like when I'm not paying attention, when I'm playing on my phone or whatever, like I put on like The Office of Parks and Rec.
Well, there you go. Donut Lord says dinosaurs, not the mama.
So I love dinosaurs, but when I was a kid, I was terrified of that show. Like I didn't really like get into it until way later in life because the little like creatures in the refrigerator creeped me out.
Yeah. Carlos Alfredo Lopez is joining us as we get through the first of that. Oh, the A-Team was a great show, Little Mouse. Oh my god.
Another one that I've never seen a second of.
You should. You really need that one. Will change your life. I promise. Huh. Knight Rider was also excellent. Wow, Little Mouse coming hard in the paint on this stuff. That's great. All right, we're gonna get into the second question. Thank you, Marvin, for your first answer. This one's tough. Okay. What is your go-to movie? What is the film that when you're sick, you're down, maybe you're homesick? What is it that you put on to bring your spirits back up?
Back to the Future.
Really?
Oh, yeah. No, Back to the Future is my go-to. I could watch Back to the Future any day of the week, any time of the day. And I can pretty much quote the the entire, all three movies, basically. Because when I was a kid, I couldn't fall asleep in silence or in the dark, so I would have the TV on, and I would put on the VCR Back to the Future. I had them all taped on one tape, and so it would play while I slept, and the movies literally ingrained themselves into my subconscious.
That's amazing. Yeah, I get that. I mean, a lot of answers I've heard. Now, mind you, in this format, I've only done the show 20 times, but in the people that I've asked previously on the other interview shows I've had, I've asked a lot of people, and they say things like Lord of the Rings, that they put the trilogy on, and they, wrote cover to that. But
I trill it up at least once a year on Lord of the Rings, but that's a time investment for me. That I really have to be like in the mood to like sit and just zone in on the three most perfect movies that have ever been made ever.
Yeah, and I think this is a good choice from Delaware beer drinker. Princess Bride. Yes.
Oh, what a great movie. I actually didn't see The Princess Bride until like 3 years ago for the first time. Yeah. Never saw it as a kid.
Man, Billy Crystal. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant. Oh, and I was told when I was younger, I was a dead ringer for Carrie Ewells. Yep. Brave Little Toaster or Page Master, says Bilbo Swagger.
Page Master. Yeah. I haven't thought about that movie in forever. That was one of my go-tos as a kid. I wore that VHS out. That was a good movie. I liked the Page Master a lot. Again, that was because of Back to the Future. It had Christopher Lloyd in it, so I liked it when I was a kid.
Yeah. DS Ford says, what? There you go. What, inconceivable. You guys are so fun. And then, of course, Ghostbusters. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Yeah. Carlos Alfredo Lopez says, yeah. Princess Bride is great. Used to watch it many times on cable. Oh, yeah, man. That was one of those films, if it was on, you just kind of left it on and sat down and watched.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. Even with commercials, it was still good.
Yeah. Our friend Memes of Destruction is here. Here's Mr. Math. He's smarter than us all. He's going to prevent us from being swallowed by a wormhole. Right? Right, Memes? Right, Memes? Argentum says, I was raised on Princess Bride. Good choice. You had good raisin. Yeah. California raisins. Oh!
In the sun, even.
That's right. That was a terrible joke. I should be punished.
That's all right. I followed it up with a worse one.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Tom F says, Conan in the Last Starfighter is a genius movie. Have you seen that one?
I've never seen that, but I've heard good things about it.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I've never seen Conan either. I used to watch the Conan the Barbarian cartoon show when I was a kid, though, and I loved that.
I think you would enjoy it. They're working on a remake of it, which I think is heresy. But
probably because who else but Arnold could play that?
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I love this. And then, of course, my go-to movie from Juliet is Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring. It's a great choice.
It's a
What a great
fantastic
choice.
choice. What a
Oh.
perfect movie that was. That movie changed my life. When I saw it as a teenager, that
Mhm.
changed my life.
Yeah, Mavis Beacon says, Brave Little Toaster is great. Scared me as a kid. Ah,
Huh.
that's no good.
I mean, I too find talking appliances to be unnerving, so I understand.
You know, that's funny. A lot of people were scared by that Brave Little Toaster movie. Argentum said
Well,
same
I mean,
thing.
if the toaster is too brave, then it might rebel against you.
Yeah.
It's a
Ooh, here you go. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Or Young Frankenstein. It's
good choices.
Frankenstein. Okay, sorry. Sorry. As You Wish is kind of fun.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Meme says, I can neither confirm or deny. So we're going to get swallowed up by a wormhole?
You know what? I'm okay with it.
I don't know about that.
I think as of this point, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Matt G's here says, no wrong. That's right. And of course, West True Blood the Third says, I always watch the original Star Wars. That is always a good recover film.
I mean, that was always one of
Set of
my.
films.
It was always one of my go-tos. That was the other trilogy that I trilled up every year. It was the three trilogies: Back to the Future, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. Have not been able to enjoy Star Wars as much lately, though, because everything that is current is currently like souring me, even on the things that came before.
Mm.
It's kind of hard to enjoy it when you know what's coming.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah. Karen Owen says, anything with Laurel and Hardy. Well, that's a good choice. They are very funny. Wow, so good. See, this is why everybody should go to film school. If not school, just go to like classic films, entry to films, whatever. Just like start the journey, because you are going to get so much history if it's still being taught properly, that you'll go all the way back to the silent era, and you'll make your way through, obviously through Laurel and Hardy and many other things, all the way through. I mean, we did one movie that was Jerry Lewis, but there, I studied so many movies, it was insane.
Yeah, I remember my film class. We watched the Birth of a Nation. You always have to watch, which is just painful to get through. It's terrible.
Yeah.
A terrible movie. But we did God with the Wind and all that stuff, and then I remember we did I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Yes.
And we did Donnie Darko. We
Yeah.
did so many, like, really St. Valentine's Day. I took a course called American History Through Film, and we watched the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, and I loved that one.
And by the way,
front.
DL Findle making a call out to an incredible show that you can find called The Genre Guys, and that is definitely a film school in and of itself, because nowhere else are you going to get the information that comes out of that show.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I'll have to sometime hang out with them, because I feel like I could help. Martin.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think we got all those down. Now let's do this. Let's do this. We're going to get to the third question, because we caught up with everybody. Let's do that. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing.
I just saw somebody mention Labyrinth, and
Labyrinth is great.
So I have a confession to make.
Oh,
I have never seen Labyrinth.
What? That's David Bowie, baby.
I know, and it's Henson. I should have seen. I only saw the Dark Crystal like 5 years ago for the first time.
Oh man, I actually took the time to try to develop and build my own Skeksis.
Oh my gosh, how did that go? I mean, I'm glad I waited till I was an adult, because if I had watched the Dark Crystal as a kid, I mean, I was basically Chucky Finster from Rugrats as a kid. I would never have slept again if I had seen the Skeksis.
Yeah, the problem is that I tried a lot of materials that I would not try today. Because the problem is that if you're trying to make anything that's an armature of any kind, and doing it with cut up coat hangers and paper mache, it eventually just bends. So it's not; those are not good materials for that.
Yeah, I can imagine that not being good.
Yeah. 3D printer, guys. 3D printer. Anyway, let's get to this third question. Sorry about that. Now, this one's weird. Most people start to answer it wrong, so just listen very carefully. What was your best film experience? It's not your not your favorite film. Best film experience. What that experience in total? Was it at a drive-in? Was it, what was that experience for you?
I assume we want a PG movie theater experience here.
Yes, we
Okay.
yes. We keep
Uh,
it clean here. We keep it
right,
clean here.
right. So I would have to say, so I have one, and then I have kind of an honorable mention. But
Okay.
the one is so the midnight showing of Revenge of the Sith
Oh wow.
was one. It is such a memory for me. The place was so rowdy. Everyone was dressed up. It was. Oh man, but then once the movie started, silence. Just pure silence. I mean, there were pops, crowd pops in there when certain things happen, when Yoda when Yoda beheaded the two stormtroopers and whatnot. That was amazing, but I mean the reverence for that film. And I just remember as the helmet slid onto Anakin Skywalker's head, and finally, and you heard the breathing for the first time. I just remember you just heard one guy through the silence just go, "Oh my God." And I'll never forget it. It was so much fun. So now back then there were midnight showings for literally everything. So my friends and I went to the midnight showing of Snakes on a Plane, and it was packed to the gills. People were dressed as Samuel L. Jackson from various movies. Like there was a Mace Windu there was a Pulp Fiction Samuel L. Jackson. They were throwing rubber snakes around the movie theater. Like I'll never forget the scene in the airport bathroom. When the snake jumps out and bites the guy, somebody just screams out, "Snake on your snake!" And it was just non-stop hysterical. Like when Samuel L. Jackson's name popped up in the opening credits, the whole place cheered.
That's so great. See, that's always fun. So like I of course I've already told my story, but this is different. I'll talk about there was this great art theater that was close by when I was in college and beyond into my 20s. And I used to love to go there on specific nights because they would do an after midnight showing of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, where everybody would get up and act out, the people that could, it would act out the parts and sing the songs and all of that. That was so fun. Anyway,
That's great.
Yeah, I'm old though. I'm old. Bruce Bergman says something brilliant. Go back and watch old Mel Brooks films. It's amazing what you can sneak past the MPAA in Yiddish. Yes, in Yiddish.
My first Mel Brooks film was The Producers, the original The Producers, and I really liked that a lot.
Yeah, I think The Producers was one of the finest films, and again, amazing that it even got made. There were so many Mel Brooks pictures that I just can't believe. History of the World. My gosh, perfect filmmaking. Yeah, I think another must-see film is definitely Blazing Saddles. But you can go through a list of just things that you must see that are completely irreverent.
Well,
Mel Brooks or no.
I remember one time my mom was away for the weekend with my brothers, and it was just me and my dad in the house, and he was like, "You know what? I've never seen The Godfather," and we're Italian monsters, so I was like, "You know what? I haven't either." And we sat down and we watched The Godfather 1 and 2 for the first time together, and oh my God, was it just the most amazing experience! Like
It's such a good. It's so good. Liberty Halls cat for 2 Culture Casino cash. Thank you for that, Liberty Halls. Or $2, or if you prefer, if you're a G&G person, $1.99. Anyway,
the $1.99. I got a $1.99 hat somewhere around here.
That's right. Well, what was the first drive-in movie you saw? Marvin, you want to take this one first?
I'll let you know when it happens.
Wow, you've never been to a drive-in?
No, I've never lived anywhere near a drive-in movie theater. I've always wanted to. It's a bucket list thing. Like I've always wanted to go to a drive-in movie, and I've never had the opportunity to go.
That's wild. The one I can remember, I know I went to a bunch before that, but the one that I clearly can remember right now and can recall in this 50-some-year-old brain, my boomer brain, is E.T.
Oh,
we also saw we also saw the original Twister film at a drive-in, and there's that scene where it's tearing through the movie theater.
Oh, that's amazing.
the drive-in theater. It was so great.
Yeah. Oh, Lou Wasserman's Ghost in the chat. I just saw him. Right there.
That's one of our one of our pals. Yeah.
One of my favorite people on the entire planet is LW Ghost.
Oh, I know. Me too.
What a guy.
Me too.
I could write 1,000 pages about how amazing that man is.
Our funny and handsome friend.
Indeed.
Yeah. What else is going on? Karen Owen says, when I was lucky to be able to see the Wedding March from 1928 in the presence of the star Fay Wray. Really? Wow. That's got to be a story. Oh, man. Lil Mouse, you're fine. You're perfectly fine. This is a participation show. This is a full contact show. We want to get to know our guests. So Marvin,
for sure. I love hearing about everybody's experiences here.
I even like the remake of The Producers, to be fair.
I liked it too, with Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick. Yeah, because that was the Broadway version. And I really enjoyed it. I went with two of my friends. I went with three of my friends. One knew what The Producers was, or like what this version of The Producers was. Two of them were just there because Will Ferrell was in it, and so they assumed it would be funny. Because that was back when Will Ferrell was still funny, and they did. We didn't tell them it was a musical, and they were like, "What is happening?" Well, Nathan Lane's going, "We can do it. We can do it."
You know, one of my favorite remakes, and this is going to be blasphemy to people who know me, but I like the remake of La Cage aux Folles, which is The Birdcage, with Nathan Lane and
Robin Williams. Wait, was that the remake?
Yeah, that was the remake.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
Yeah, and of course Hank Azaria is in there as the housekeeper.
Oh, he's great.
Oh, he's so good in that. In fact, Hank Azaria is good in everything, and he's a great voice actor, obviously from The Simpsons and everything. You guys probably remember him.
Gene Hackman's in that, right? He's the dad.
Yeah, and
so good.
Diane Wiest, and
yes,
I don't remember the name of the fella that was the son. But man, overall that was so good. That was amazing. Three Amigos. Thank you, Wes Trueblood. Indeed. Okay. If you want intensity, the likes of which you've never seen, this film is it. 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes of Saving Private Ryan is unbelievable.
You know, my grandpa was there on the beach that day, and he was driving a tank, and he was storming that beach. So I watched that with a much different
perspective
because I think about him and what it was like, and I talked to him a little bit about it. He didn't really talk about it a lot, because it was disturbing to remember. But I remember he told me a lot of stuff about it. For a report that I was doing in high school. And I remember my teacher was so touched by his stories that he read it aloud. And it was just one of the proudest moments of my life. My grandfather was my hero.
Yeah. Wow. I can talk about the military service in my family and just say that lucky survival for a lot of those people. I love that LW Ghost is here.
Oh, me too. Yeah. He's correct. He says there was the remake, but the original was a remake of the French original.
Yeah,
La Cage aux Folles. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought the original was the French film. I'm so sorry. See, This is how you learn things. This is the thing. Watch genre, guys. Okay. And in hang out over on T3PO because Lou's just information machine. So.
I may be I might be popping in there at some point.
Good.
Yeah, we might see that. I don't know.
Oh, you saw it on stage in London on the West End. Awesome, man.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Amazing stuff. All right. Wow. Okay, that was great. So, but you've never been to a drive-in. That's the thing I'm taking away from this conversation.
Yes. No weird. Drive-in movies for. Does the restaurant in Disney's Hollywood Studios count?
Kind of
drive-in movie theater.
Kind
of. Right, well, then I've been there. Then I've been a lot of times, and I've seen a bunch of small clips of a lot of different movies.
That's right. Yeah, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
Yeah.
I still think that's a great
Blob.
movie. The Blob. There you go. Yeah.
The
what's
original
really funny?
Or the remake with Daryl Hannah?
The Blob? Ha! With Daryl Hannah.
Well done.
I beat you to the joke. Oh, man. You know what? I probably saw this in the drive-in. Hervey, the Love Bug. I remember Hervey. Where did all the Herbie movies go? Oh, we got that silly girl on there. What was her name?
Lindsay
Yes.
Lohan.
Yeah, now we have to suffer a Freaky Friday again, I think, with her and Crazy Lady. She used to be awesome, and then she got crazy.
Well, yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah. Well, you think about her famous parents. She was always destined to be crazy. It just was a matter of time.
Oh, of course.
Perfectly kind the first time I met her, though. What is going on? All right. Marvin will be filling in on our table soon while the table uses all 4 legs to travel.
yeah. No, they asked me to come in and guest host for a little bit while a good friend Hangry a Hangry Table is out there venturing the world as he.
Oh,
as
well,
he's known to do.
I hope the table is traveling safely.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's move on. We've got to get to our weird news segment because we're running a little over, and that's fine. Those of you in the audience,
happen when I'm on a show.
those of you in the audience, the super chats will help. Make it easier to pick out things. If you do us a favor, hit the thumbs up on any super chats so that adds extra engagement. We really appreciate it. I used to see Debbie pick up Jamie Lee on the schoolyard. Did you really in Beverly Hills?
Beverly Hills. Oh,
we got it. Okay, Lou, you and I need to talk, man. I love Lou. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get to it. We gotta get to the stuff. We gotta get to the meat of the thing. This is audience participation on this one, buddy. All right. And,
okay.
and you're gonna have to pick where we start. I'm gonna give you 5 options in just a second. Let's head on to weird news. This is weird news. Now, I'm going to give you 5 things to choose from. That'll be our starting point. From there, I'll just pick. This is going to be super fun for you. You ready?
Yep, ready.
All right. So, a man literally changed his name to run for president. A weird cat story that I didn't know anything about. Some very angry goats go full crazy on a car. You can actually buy meat out of a vending machine. And finally, a monkey finds its way into a tree and needs to be rescued.
I kind of am stuck on the goats. The goats versus the car.
The goats versus the car. All right, that's what we'll start.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look at the member message I'm being accused of ignoring. Eclay Thomason, what's up, buddy? He says, "Why does it smell like beer toots in here?" Oh, hi, culture. Thanks, Eclay. Go to a meetup, get beat up. All right, so now that we've got our subject, let's fire it into the old roster. Boom. Why are cats scared of cucumbers? Oh, wait, you wanted the goat story, but I fooled you. Okay.
Huh.
Anyway, why are cats scared of cucumbers?
Oh, so we are starting with the cats then. All right.
I'm sorry. Is that
I
okay?
had a choice here.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
fine.
Cats.
No.
No. Cats. Cats.
No. Goats trample a parked SUV on a Colorado mountain. This is literally real. This is real.
You gotta watch where you park.
Watch this though. It's cougars.
Okay.
Look at that.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
Oh, shoot. I just realized.
What? Oh, there we go.
Goats trample parked SUV on Colorado mountain. So now I got to rewind. You have to see them do this. This is Nut Bar. Watch this guy. He's like, hey, this is bouncy.
Oh, man. Oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Do they spray paint GWO on the side of it?
Oh, it's so funny.
Hollywood Goat Hogan.
Look, he's like, nah. Imagine the hoof prints on your stuff, man. Look at him. He's like, I must destroy. I must kill.
Oh, he's just having a good old time, that goat. He's not used to things that give, but he's used to all the rocks.
It's amazing. Yeah, goats are incredible. But a pair of goats decided to give a stress test to a hiker's parked SUV on a Colorado mountain. And the moment was caught on camera. I bet it was.
Why would you sit there and video this? I'd be like, hey, goats, get off my car.
Well, they're a social media person. So Mindy Wilford, a.k.a. Super Glamp, which is glamorous camping, by the way, on social media, returned to her Subaru SUV. Oh, okay. Well, we already can make some assumptions from the Subaru part. After hiking on Mount Blue Sky, about 45 miles west of Denver, and discovered the telltale signifiers of hoofed hijinks.
Hoofed hijinks. I like
That's
this
right.
writer already.
Yeah, those are hoof prints. There was a goat on my car. That's right. She's like, that's hilarious, and it went all the way on top here too. So the post
they didn't break. They didn't break the windshield or anything, did they? Because that would be as hilarious.
No, they were hopping around. She's like, she says in her video, I wish I could have seen it, and her wish came true because wildlife photographer Michael Rhino. That's a great name, right, for taking images of goats. Yeah, Rhino's video was posted to Instagram, and it shows one goat walking across the vehicle's hood.
I would have made the headline of this: Rhino captures goats on car.
That would have been perfect,
right?
Yeah. See, this is why you can write things, and I can't. But anyway, I thought you would appreciate this one, Marvin. I think I
definitely do. I love stories of animals that like gang assault human things. Like I remember one time there was a story I heard about a bunch of a gang of turkeys that were literally a gang of turkeys were harassing this one mailman every day. They would literally wait for him on his route and chase him into his car and surround the mail truck. So that was a hysterical thing. Ever since then I've been obsessed with stuff like this.
It's amazing, right?
I love nature. I love animals. I really like them to be very far away from me. I like to admire them from a distance.
Yeah, I like animals, but I for right now I'm just a big fan of bears. So I don't know why.
What is a group of goats called? I wonder.
Goats.
A group of goats.
Goats.
How there's a murder of crows and.
Yeah, I still think it's
flamboyance of flamingos, a dazzle of zebra.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of goats. So, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I wasn't really taking a shot at Subarus. My favorite Subaru actually was the SVX. I thought that was the best one, and I really enjoyed the WRX, which was an amazing rally car. So
I just like Japanese cars.
Oh, all right. That's fair.
I think. Yeah,
all right, now we got to go back to the cats. Okay, you've got to suffer this question.
Okay,
you ready? All right.
Not my favorite animal.
Well, why?
Oh, because I don't trust anything that would kill me if it could.
No, it may not want to kill you, but it will eat you.
Well, that's the thing, Culture. If that cat were, the size of a bus, it would kill you without a second thought.
Sure, but most of the time they're very nice, and I like them a lot. So
yeah, because they have to be. Because you're bigger and you could kill it. It knows that it can't beat you in a fight, so it's like that friend that hangs around because you're protecting it.
Okay, so why are cats scared of cucumbers?
Oh, I know this one actually.
Okay.
Do you want me to answer it, or do you want to reveal it?
Yeah, because it'll save us time.
They think it's a snake.
What?
That's what I always heard. Was they think it's a snake.
So if you place a cucumber behind a cat when it's eating, appears to startle them, causing cats to leap into the air in fright.
Right.
That's interesting. So yeah, a certified animal behavioralist from somewhere told the National Geographic that cucumbers were triggering cats' natural startle reflexes. Yeah. Placing a cucumber may confuse the cats further because they often associate those areas with safety and security. Well, I imagine, around their food bowl.
Is it only when they're eating that they have the problem with the cucumbers?
I don't know, but you were correct. they do think they're snakes.
Yeah.
So that's why. You're smart, Marvin. Don't let anybody tell you different. Did you guys in the audience know that?
You have to know your enemy, and most animals are my enemy. So,
hey, Tender Warrior 68, hello. I see a lot of great folks out there. Thanks for being here. That is very odd, though. Anyway, look at that cute kitten. How can you not like this cat?
Because time turns all kittens into cats.
But they're all good.
They are not all good. Dogs are good. Dogs are wonderful. Dogs are loyal.
See, the audience knew it looked like a snake. I did not know that. All right, let's get to this one. This guy literally changed his name, Marvin.
Okay.
Man named literally anybody else running for president.
Oh, because people are going to literally vote for literally anybody else. They're going to write it in.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
So a Texas man legally changed his name to literally anybody else to apply for a particularly hard-to-get job. President of the United States. The 35-year-old military veteran and middle school math teacher, formerly known as Dustin Eby, said he is running for president to protest the current majority party candidates, the former and the current, and show his distaste for a system that his website states often prioritizes partisan battles over real solutions. He's right.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go.
Yeah. No, he's right. I know a lot of people who I'm like, who are you voting for? Literally anybody else is what they say. So I guess they're voting for this guy.
So Else is running a write-in campaign in Texas. Where did he not get the required 113,000 signatures to make it onto the ballot, and is expected to appear by name on the Tennessee ballot, where he said he did get the required amount of signatures. That is pure insanity.
That would be amazing if you got into the booth and you looked at your ballot and one of the options
literally
was
anybody
literally
else.
anybody else. I love this story so much.
It's really funny. It's really, really funny. That's him right there. Literally anybody else.
Mr. Else. I love how they call him Else.
They do.
In this article. They're like,
you can find this story on UPI. In fact, I think I got 3 of these from UPI today. All right. All right. This is one from The Independent. This is funny. This is... No, we're going to do the monkey one first. Okay.
Okay.
Firefighters rescue a monkey from tree at Indiana campground.
Now, Culture, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't monkeys usually found in trees?
Yes.
Yeah, like this should be like where they're most comfortable. You should be rescuing monkeys from the ground and putting them in trees.
There you go. Well, firefighters in Indiana came to rescue the rescue of a monkey that escaped from its owners at a rural campsite. Oh,
was the guy that made the call wearing a big yellow hat?
It must have been. Yeah, the Curious George is the name of the monkey, probably. Anyway, so its leash got tangled in a tree about 35 feet up. Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
A little bit more sense, yeah.
So you just guessed it, too. So Orange County Rural District Fire Department said that crews responded to Patoka Lake campgrounds late Tuesday night when Curious George decided to leave camp and go for a late night stroll.
Oh, they already made the joke. Or was his name actually Curious George?
I don't know.
Are you legally allowed to have a monkey?
You can have pet monkeys.
Really? I heard that it's very dangerous because
it is.
One day they might just decide that your face looks like tissue paper.
Yeah, well, true. Usually they just throw their poo at you, but
well, yeah, that's another thing that I don't want to happen.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants that to happen, but at least when they reach sexual maturity, they get really troublesome.
Aggressive. Yeah, they get aggressive.
Yeah, but regardless, in some states you are allowed to have them depending upon the breed. But anyway, I thought this was funny because it was odd.
You know what animal I always wanted, and I was told by Mrs. Movie Monster under no circumstances, ever, is a pig.
Oh, like one of those potbelly pigs?
No, I want like one of those little teacup pigs, but then I found out they don't actually exist. They're just baby pigs that eventually grow up to be big fat pigs.
What?
Yeah, apparently like the micro pigs are not like a real thing. They just grow up to be big pigs.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think they're so a friend of mine in grade school, his father was a police officer who ran the canine unit,
Yeah.
and they would bring the bomb sniffing pig home. And his name was he was the coolest thing. Like I would go over his house and we'd just like hang out with the pig. So ever since then, I've just liked pigs. He was really cool. He used to eat the aglets off your shoelaces.
Huh? Well, I think if I were to have a pet pig, it would be called Bacon.
I wanted to go for the Tiny Toon Adventures. I was gonna name him Hampton J. Pig.
Well, there you go. There you go. All right, last story. This was my favorite one. Meat vending machines. That's right, folks. Sausage vending machines are booming in Germany. Who would have thought?
That makes sense.
I lost my mind today. I was like, what is this?
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you're just not in the mood for a Milky Way bar. Sometimes you have to just go up there and you're like, bratwurst. That's what I'm looking for today.
Yeah.
Raw bratwurst.
And this is funny because I think they're not even correct, because some of the machines sell 3 or 4 varieties alongside punnets of potato salad. That looks like way more than 4 varieties there, kids.
Oh, that's way more than 4 varieties.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of meat in there.
Yeah.
By the way, to answer a question from the chat, they were asking about bomb sniffing pigs, and yes, that is a thing, because pigs have a far more acute sense of smell than a dog. Several times better.
I mean, honestly, they use pigs to get truffles.
Yeah.
Yep. So
no, they have bomb sniffing and drug sniffing pigs. That's a thing that the cops
who
use.
knew?
Yeah, I did since I was a kid.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Huh. So yeah, a lot of meat in that machine. Huh?
And in next week's news, food poisoning is on the rise in Germany.
Yeah, right. Like that better be one very refrigerated machine, and they better change out those sausages a lot. I mean, how much meat do you think goes bad in there? Like how many times do they have to like clean out just rotten meat? Unless it's frozen. Is that if it's a freezer, then I could see it.
I imagine
like, frozen meat?
It looks well built, so I'm imagining it's refrigerated. I also imagine that it doesn't stay in there very long, because I think it probably rotates quickly.
You think the people like buying it a lot?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't know if I trust meat that came out of a vending machine.
Okay.
I don't know.
I might. All right. Well, that was super fun.
If it's frozen, I would. Like, if that's a freezer, then I'm like, okay, cool, because it's frozen, and that won't go bad. But
yeah, and I think you are also correct. It's cured. Somebody who said this, I think. Yeah. Mavis Beacon. Isn't it all cured?
Yeah, because it's all like sausages and bratwurst and stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's fine. Well, that was fun. What did you think of weird news, Marvin?
It was pretty weird, but I like weird, so I really liked it.
Weird. There you go. Speaking of weird. All right, we got to get to our topics of the day. We're doing good. We're doing good. For time, we're doing good. Thank you, Marvin. You did help, Killa. You did help. All right, let's do it. Today's topics. And here we are. Okay, today's topics. We've got several. They should be fun. They will be fun. You will have fun. You have to have fun.
Fun is a requirement.
You prepared for fun? Okay, I can tell. All right, let's start here with something that everybody knew was likely to happen at some point, but now that it has, we really should pay more close attention, because tech disruptions sparked by software update highlight the fragility of the globally connected technology. We didn't used to have this problem. And this guy has cats, you can tell.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
Several. They all have people names.
Yeah, well, it's fine. Anyway, so today I've talked a little bit about this in this 6-minute daily, but it looks like airlines, banks, hospitals, all pretty much everything that's tied to a server specifically got hit by CrowdStrike. And CrowdStrike's out there to prevent computer systems from hackers and data breaches. Do you know what Elon promptly did?
What did Elon promptly do?
Removed CrowdStrike from every single one of their systems ever.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, one faulty CrowdStrike software update caused everything to crash to the ground. Now, mind you, most of that's tied to like server cloud stuff like Azure and things like that. So that went down.
Right.
So, and I mean, hospitals went down. I mean, it was bonker sauce. So, and this is the function of a very homogeneous technology that goes into the backbone of all of the IT infrastructure. No kidding. What really causes this mess is that we rely on very few companies, which I think everybody learned today, and everybody uses the same folks. So everyone goes down at the same time. Now,
yeah,
I'm going to say this is because we stopped preventing monopolies.
Right, absolutely.
And I believe, as a business person, we need to go back to getting rid of monopolies. So you should not be allowed to control giant portions of the market. Competitors should be allowed to rise. Monopolistic practices are stopping that. Yeah. What do you think, Marvin?
I think the free market is getting a lot less free. I think that a lot of these corporate mergers have been happening just willy-nilly, and we are getting situations like this where one software, it is, our system is so reliant on the internet and just being and connectivity in general that it's so fragile. Like one EMP blast and boop, we're all in the dock and everyone's eating each other at that point. It's we're all so and I'm not saying I'm not one of them. I am definitely one of them. I am very reliant on technology. So I wish I wasn't.
Yeah. No, everybody is, and even companies you wouldn't think were affected by this were. Again, we got to stop relying on one point. So if you're not even a CrowdStrike client, you still could be affected. Your server could still be affected. The tools you rely on could still be affected. It's bad. And this was
used in banking. I mean, that's going to affect everybody if it's used in banking.
Yeah, and they all got the blue screen of death, server level on down. And one of the reasons for that is that this is like kernel level stuff. So and the fix was an on the ground fix. It's a boots on the ground fix. It has to be manually deployed, set up, or added or removed. So, and while a somewhat tech savvy person wouldn't have any trouble with it, anybody who isn't tech savvy that just is there, as a fill-in for some professional IT person that would know what they're doing. Let's say somebody who wasn't hired on merit may not be able to fix this and may have to go to the outside.
I wonder what you could be referring to.
Yeah, well, those things happen. So, and I mean, this happened all the way down to the ground. I mean, all the way to retail stores, you name it. Not bueno. Let's see what the chat has to say. Hello, chat.
Hi, chat.
Holy cow, look at the generosity. My goodness, Tender Warrior 68 gifted 20 Cultured Casino memberships. Thank you. Oh, Tender Warrior, I'm very grateful. So generous, my friend.
That's incredible.
Yeah, please, everybody, use the gifty emoji. I created a special one for this. Thank you, Tender Warrior 68. Truly appreciate it, my friend. That's extraordinary. I don't know what to say. I don't. Look at those 20 names go green, as Carlos Alfredo Lopez does. Gifty. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Very much.
That was very generous. That was great.
Yeah. Wow. You guys are the best. Carry cash with you, kids. Well, I do. Man, thank you so very much, Tender Warrior. That, like I said, extraordinary. Super generous. Yeah. JG's like, that is why I turn auto updates on my phone for apps. Oh, all right. Yeah.
There's a lot of people who just won't update their phone just in general because they know that like Apple will uh basically like slow and ruin your phone with updates so that you're forced to buy the newest model. You can't just use the old model forever. So I know a lot of people that just don't update.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are some vital things that were affected today that I'm not going to go into, but yeah, they were bad. Very, very bad. We didn't want them affected, though are all fixed from now, I believe. So this should be automated failovers built in for this kind of thing. I agree with you, Slender. An example would be ECS, Emergency Communication System, for if ATC goes down, it's a backup comm system on magnetic R2R. Yep. And something else that I find interesting is that Southwest Airlines sent out, it may not have been them, but somebody posing as Southwest Airlines sent out, we run our systems on Commodore 64s in the basement, so we're good.
And we don't let Kevin Smith fly.
I thought that was really funny. All right, Specialist, good to see you. Oh, that's true. I saw this today. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. There is a big problem with the new Intel CPUs on top of it all. Yeah, they're literally melting down. They're failing constantly.
They're just melting?
They have all kinds of failure points now, apparently. Did not know that.
Insane.
Yeah, I didn't read the entirety of the article on that, but I was like, dang. Slender's like, AMD for life. Yeah, this is crazy. Little chat, I got the redirect set automatically to you over at Ascendant Art, so you guys are choice.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Hey, Terry Rose is here. All right, we're going to move on to the next story. I feel like we should. And this is a thing that kind of got screwed up because of the thing happening with Azure Cloud and other stuff. It was the stock market at no bueno point. It finishes the worst week since April. We've had more losses today. Yeah. Disruptive technology outage. S&P fell.
I would assume that's going to severely tank the market. Plus, whenever big events in politics and things like that happen that are disastrous, like former world leaders being attacked, the market for some reason always shifts when that happens too. So
yeah, everything fell.
Probably didn't help.
Yeah, everything fell almost a full percentage point today. That's not great. And yeah, Nvidia is still in great shape.
Disney is trading at 15 cents now.
No, but they did fall, or they were falling most of the day today.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much every day, isn't it?
Yeah. Microsoft lost almost a full percent by itself, and CrowdStrike got hit for 11.1%.
Well, I would assume CrowdStrike took the worst of it, yeah.
Yeah, blue screen of death for everybody. No bueno.
Not good at all, man. It's just amazing how like one person or like one group of people make one mistake and the entire world suffers for it.
Mm-hmm.
Just how fragile a system is.
Yeah. Speaking about making a terrible mistake, and I'm checking the chat right now to make sure I'm not ignoring anything that's going on. Let's see. Alderon Games about their servers. The failure rate we have observed, this is amazing. From our own testing is nearly 100%, indicating it's only a matter of time before affected CPUs fail. This is insanity.
That's crazy.
That is insanity. We advise anyone hosting Path of Titan servers or selling game servers to avoid purchasing or using 13th and 14th gen Intel CPUs. Yikes sauce.
Wow. Huh. That
That's
is definitely,
Intel Gen 13 and 14. Yikes
yeah.
sauce.
Huh.
Man,
Everybody's
crazy.
everyone's checking their computers right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame them. All right. Well, let's jump into the next story to talk about a problem and failure rate and something else that's going on that, is no bueno.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you, that was us saw coming.
After strikes, Hollywood reckons. Okay.
Yeah. Would you do it again? A year after the strikes, Hollywood reckons with the aftermath. You have no idea the damage the strikes did. So I'm going to skip down a little ways. So a little over a year later, Hollywood is still feeling a little bit like the Titanic. LA entertainment workers, oops, that was the wrong way. LA entertainment workers reportedly dropped 17%. Then, as workers emerged from the labor battle with sapped savings accounts, the business was simultaneously being reshaped by major companies continuing to aggressively cut costs. So here we go. Production. I predicted all of this. Production in the U.S. in the last 6 months is down 37%.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And in the wake of the labor battle, scribes have spoken publicly about a dearth of opportunities.
Ugh.
That's right. No writers are like, there's nothing for us to write. And then actors and writers are, not being able to meet their union health insurance thresholds.
Here's the thing. Like, Rachel Zegler can stand out there and be like, if I'm going to stand in a princess dress, I'm going to get paid for every second of it because she's fine. She's going to get work and she's got more money than anybody. But it's the struggling, SAG members who are working 3 jobs to support themselves on top of their gigs. They're the ones that are going to suffer from this because the terms that they came to were not good. For writers and smaller writers and smaller actors all got buried by this. It's terrible. And of course, but the elites made out, scot-free. As always.
Yeah, and one of the things that they're pointing out is that one TV exec notes that they currently have, stop doing that. More than 200 writers being submitted for 3 slots on a show.
Wow.
So, all very predictable. Now, mind you, I have friends in the business, absolutely needed to get paid better, needed better things to happen in their life. But at the same time, this wasn't quite worth it.
Certainly not. Good Lord. I mean, the entire industry is tanked, basically. So now, like 200 people applying for 3 jobs. That's like Great Recession employment, odds. But back then, that was like there's 3 jobs open at Walmart and 200 people applied for it.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
So, the people who were saying we want revenue share got hoodwinked into this provision if a show has 20% of eyeballs in the first 90 days. Then the bonus kicks in. And the actors that are given the bonus must relinquish 25% to go back into the general pool.
Huh. See, now I actually like that they're doing a merit-based system because then like people like Leslie Headland who write The Acolyte, like they're not gonna benefit from this because nobody watched that show. So
yeah, but it's
I'm all for that.
But the most telling part of this is nobody won.
No, yeah, nobody won. It's not the actors, not the studios, not the fans, like nobody.
Yeah, everybody lost, except for the unions, maybe. It's really a bummer. But anyway, let's see what the audience has to say. I just wanted to bring that up. I think I saw somebody ask who you were. Oh, Mariella Newworth says, who is that cute, fluffy boy? That's Marvin the Movie Monster. He's actually in the description down below. He has 2 YouTube channels. And Snowdub is in the audience, of course, right here.
So I don't know if you saw last night. Lou and Pro and Jonas and Vash, they went through the contract for the forget the name of the grips and the like all the tech workers basically.
Yeah. Little Chad points out that the Twisters budget got ballooned all over the place to $200 million when it should have only been 85 to 100, and I think that was just because of the delays and things.
IATSE, that was it. Lou just pointed it out.
Yeah, the i9-139. I have that chip, I think. Okay. I'm going to see how it's performing. That's crazy. Twisted Reality's like, they did it to themselves. They did. They didn't need it. They needed a short strike, reasonable things. They really needed to push the issue against AI.
Yeah, but you know what? We are not at the point where AI is advanced enough to write scripts yet. I'm sorry, we're not. The scripts that it writes are worse than, the scripts that Leslie Headland is writing.
Well, that's true. Peach Fan Ann makes a lot of sense here. The UAW got a record contract. You guys remember that? But all three companies have been decreasing jobs. Thousands of jobs lost. So some people are making more money, but some people have no more work.
Right.
Yeah. And the IATSE thing is just theoretically wrapped up except for one part, right, Lou? I think that's true.
Yeah. I'm sure Lou is furiously typing right now to answer that question.
I will take a look at it, Lou. I wish I could do it during the show, but we have a tight window today. We have 17 minutes left, so. But I will look at it. I think you sent it to me already. I think I'll just go back and reread it because I may have missed it, but it's insane. No, IA is wrapped, but Teamsters are still not. Okay, all right.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I knew it was somebody who hadn't finished, so yeah. That's what she said. Hey.
Hey-o.
Wait.
UAW Ford plant might shut down.
Whoa, really?
Soon due to oh wow, that is going to be disruptive.
That's going to wreck Ford. Yikes!
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, the point is, if you get a great deal, swell. But the deal is on work, and if there's no work, bupkis. Oh, I love that you said that, Lou. Bupkis, one of my favorite words. All right, well, that was not a happy story. Sorry, folks. But I will give you a happy story. You ready for a happy story?
I would love a happy story.
All right, because I'm happy about it, because I'm going to go, well, I'll tell you in a second. I'm going to go see this movie. Twisters is headed towards a $72 million opening. It had a pretty decent number. I reported this morning thinking that the preview number would go up from $7 million, and I was right, to $10.7 million. Not bad.
28 years later. Good Lord.
Yeah.
That beats out Avatar 2 for longest sequel.
Yeah, well,
Feels like a lot longer.
Yeah. But it's interesting. A storm has arrived at the box office. Twisters is doing well. Think they could get as high as $72 million over the weekend. Far above expectations going into the weekend. Tracking services projected it between 40 and 50 million domestically.
Oh, all right. So overperforming.
Yeah, and we've been seeing that a lot with films that, seem to be without message. And this film is famously without message that we found out in the last few days.
Yeah.
Because they said they were not putting any nonsense in it related to weather.
The original was beloved. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It got didn't it get like torn apart by the Hollywood elites because they were like, there's nothing about climate change in here.
Yeah. I really wish you hadn't said those words, but yeah.
There were fake quotations around it.
Okay, fair. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so no, but Twisters is gonna win the weekend, and then things get out of everybody's control. But Despicable Me is still doing 4. It's sitting at over 235 million in domestics, so it's gonna keep growing. The biggest preview weekend of 2024 still is Pixar's Inside Out, which brought in 13 million. So,
okay.
Yeah. So,
Well, I think we're gonna see that broken when Deadpool and Wolverine opens.
Yeah, I think that as to use Lou's favorite words, that'll mean kiss when we get
for sure. Like I think that's gonna be like easily $100 million opening weekend, just based on how people are excited. Final trailer came out today and it looked fantastic.
Yeah. I liked it. I think if you watch it without the music the first time, you will appreciate it more.
It took a more serious tone, which I appreciated.
Yeah, it did.
And I love the humor in Deadpool, but still.
Well, it waited to the end to cut the tension with the humor. That's what it did. And it's true.
Did you notice Lady Deadpool in there? I'm sure there's going to be a million jokes about that.
Yeah, well, I'm not really sure I like the hair, but it's fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's take a look at what the chat has to say.
WB splitting. What is that?
Argentum wants a second season of Acolyte with a higher budget. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I think that would be a sound fiscal move for the Disney company. I think Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy would prove that they truly, understand what they're doing if they did that.
Wow. This is crazy stuff. Yeah, no Bill Paxton. I missed that guy. Yeah. Oh, Tender Warriors on their way to go see it in IMAX. Let me know how if it's worth it. Because I might spend
I can see that being really fun in IMAX, or even 4DX. I think would be really cool for that.
Yeah, I just don't want to drive all the way to one of those.
I have one pretty near me, so I could definitely do
that. Yeah. Yeah, and little Chad says solid summer action without a hammer you over the head with agenda. See, and that's kind of what people are looking for.
Well, it's amazing because all these non-agenda movies have been cleaning up at the box office. And, like the Hollywood producers and them, they're all sitting around being like, what are they trying to tell us?
Yeah.
Sequels. They all want sequels. That's it. Sequel.
No, we don't want good things. Bilbo Swaggin says the Kentucky plant for EVs, the Ford plant, is not done and probably never will be done. Hard to say. Yeah. I'm so tempted to see Deadpool. I will see it. I will see it, Argentum. I will give you a same day review.
I'm gonna be on vacation when it comes out. Like I'm gonna be like on vacation, like supposedly relaxing. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I don't know if there's a movie theater around where I'm going or what. So I got to check and see if we can get there to see it.
All right. Well, somebody could probably find you a screener. But Stitch, thank you. Very generous. 5 Culture Casino memberships. My goodness, you guys.
Oh, wow.
Tender Warrior 68 gifted 20 and Stitch gifted 5. That's 25, you guys. You were crazy. Thank you so much.
100 new members that you got here tonight.
Yeah, no, 25. But yeah. Yeah, you guys are incredible. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, and I will say it, Gifty. I actually reconnected the Stream Deck and I was trying to use it for today, the show, and then it didn't add it as the old one. So now I've got to reprogram it. So it's a huge bummer. All right, we got Caffeinated Me out there, and I got one more story to go on topics. If we had just supported The Fall Guy, I did. I kept telling you guys it was a fun movie.
Huh.
Yep. No agenda movies are winning. Luis Messina brings up Warner Brothers is splitting in two due to a stock fail, if I read that correctly. Well, they're considering it. I don't know if they'll do it, but they're past the deadline for when they can mess with it, which passed back in April. Because you have to wait a period of time after you do any weird M&A thing before you can do the next weird M&A thing. And that weird M&A thing before coming out of AT&T was called a reverse Morris trust. Now they'll have to divide the two companies. And it'll be interesting who hangs on to what percentage of what, because technically AT&T still owns a healthy chunk of this joint venture that this thing became. We'll see how that works out. So, all right, let's get to the last one. I feel like this is input from the audience time, folks. That's what this is. This is the if I had my that gameplay stream running, you would all want to participate. Here we go. So, EA Sports College Football 25. I used to play these games religiously. Not obviously 25, but everyone in between. And then the NCAA lost a court case that said they could not use anything that was remotely like the likeness and name of the person that was being represented in the game, which basically destroyed all fun. So EA stopped making them. And this was a perfect companion for Madden because you could play the college kid, play the, road to glory business, which is you create a player, make him move up through the ranks, get him drafted, and there you were. Well, what's cool about that is that you could then take that character and play him in Madden and develop him further. This is why that was pretty awesome. So I loved this game. It just hit the market. It did really well. People seemingly were willing to kick out $100 to play this. Wow. And I will too, because you guys have been very generous this month. I can play this game for your enjoyment on That Game Place and talk about it and review it because we're starting up the review cycle now. So the question is this something you all would be interested in seeing me play? If so, I may go for it. I kind of need your comments right now if you want, or leave a comment at That Game Place in the community tab. Whatever. I'm just curious. Because if this is something you want me to play, I'll play it.
I would personally like to see you play it.
Of course it counts. I love football. So
I do not. So more power to you.
You like wrestling.
Yeah, no, it's a simulated combat, sports entertainment.
This is simulated combat. It's called football.
No, that's real combat with real concussions and real just nonsense. People
wait a minute. You're saying wrestling people don't get concussions?
Well, of course they do, but it's self-inflicted.
I don't know. Good question. Can you own the physical media? I don't know. I'm going to try.
Are they not selling it in physical media?
I can't answer that question. I don't know. I was not going to buy another video game until I talked to the audience about it because I have old video games I can play that I love that are way better.
I typically don't play a sports game unless Mario is on the cover.
All right. Slender Dad doesn't care about me. That's what I read into this comment. Carlos Alfredo Lopez says, go for it. Cyrano says, I'm hip. Will you be in full uniform? I don't know. I do have some amazing football jerseys, so why not?
You have to wear a jersey if you're going to play the game.
There you go.
Especially if you're going to be on cam.
Play Mario Golf. Well, I promise you, we are going to play Mario Golf.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah. On the
Mario Tennis.
That game place. So, yeah. Slender Dad heard what I said. It's fine. I was teasing you, brother. And Lou says, the question is whether physical game has to be checked in with home base for approval. See, I hate that so much, right?
Where they need connection?
Yeah, the always connected bologna sausage, garbage stuff. JB Spooky Review says, just play the stuff you love. I love a lot of old stuff. What team will you play CC? I like to play a variety of teams, but usually I like to take like a lesser known team to try to work my way into a high position in the draft.
Like the Little Giants.
Yeah, and try to. I want to win I want to win a national championship with Northwestern Eastern State or something. Very well.
Them battling O'Shea brothers.
Thank you, Slender. It was a joke, Slender. You know that. I already redirected to you anyway. Little Mouse says, play it. There you go. I will. You've never played Mario Aces? Is it good? Yeah. Dude,
that's one I've never played. I never played Aces.
Almost every Mario game is great. Tennis, golf, whatever. They're all great.
Baseball, I said this on That Game Place. Mario Baseball was my favorite, and they have never released it again for anything. They never made another new one. It was there for the Wii, and I miss it tremendously.
Guys, go check out Zombie Box Reviews. I love this guy. He's got great stuff. All right. Is this the Oscar? I don't know.
Distant relative, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But no, this is actually Marvin the Movie Monster.
Yes, it is.
Peach Fan Ann says, Mario Wonder is awesome. It's true. Bear down once you score. There you go. I played Sonic 30 years ago, says Juliet. A lot of people love that game. We actually are going to be talking a lot about Sonic here. There's a video coming up. I think it's me and Nolan Thunder, if I remember right. Tina Guzman.
About Sonic?
Yeah.
Huh.
Or was it you?
It wasn't me. I would have loved it, though. I love Sonic.
Well, see, you were busy.
I guess I was.
Yeah. Paul Cochran says, oh my goodness, the rooster. Yes. All right, guys. We're going to wrap it up with Marvin, give him a chance to talk about himself for about 3 minutes and just plug himself. In fact, let's do that now.
Well, I was on stage. Am I? I don't see it. I just see a black screen. I'm not. Okay, so, folks, I really hope you guys will check us out over at Tooneytown TV and Tooneytown Wrestling, two big channels that we've got over there on YouTube. Tooneytown TV is we cover video games, we cover TV, movie. We don't cover video games. I'm sorry, we do that on Matt Gameplays. We cover movies, we cover TV, we cover comics. We got a live stream every Thursday night at 8 p.m. called Toonie Talk TV. And last night we had a great panel. It was me, my buddy Kevin Apollo, but also we were joined by Lauren Connor from That Park Place, Martin Stone from That Park Place, Nolan Thunder, and Spencer Bakuli from Bounding into Comics. That was a tremendous thing. We had a lot of great Batman talk. We talked about The Acolyte. I also do full reviews of things like The Acolyte, and going to be doing Rings of Power very soon. So check those out. We got videos that drop every single morning on that one. And then over on Tooneytown Wrestling, we've got the Toonie Talk Wrestling live stream every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. And then we've got Headlock Headlines, which is a weekly scripted 20-minute comedy show featuring me and my puppet sidekicks, Toonie Khan, who is a puppet version of AEW owner Tony Khan. We got Trip, who is a puppet Triple H from the WWE, and Dave Schmelzer, who is our sock puppet version of Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, who is the scum of the earth. But anyway, hope you guys will check it out. We have a lot of fun on these channels, and this was such a joy to be here tonight with you guys. Culture Casino is one of my favorite people on the planet, and I was a fan before I was a friend. And one of the best things about working with Culture and working with the folks over at That Park Place and the Pro Channel is just becoming friends with the people that you were a fan of originally, and finding out that they're even better people than you thought that they were in the beginning. And it's just been a real pleasure for me. And and like I said, I'm still very new in this sphere and growing pretty much every day. So come be a part of it early on, and let's all grow together.
Well, that sounds great, my friend, and you're very complimentary. I was blushing behind the scenes, so I really appreciate having you. We'll definitely have you back for a second interview. I will surprise you with all new things, I assure you. I'm actually going to have Paul Chatto back here pretty quickly, and a few other folks. Paul. I'm arranging for an interview with actual movie producers and stuff, and I just hope everybody has an incredible weekend. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow on the Saturday, the Saturday news update. And your next destination from here is Ascended Art, which is a really funny show with, again, more of my friends. Until next time, folks, see ya.